everybody, and welcome back to Tram the Ram. I am Tram. This is my, yeah, blah. Yesterday was Halloween, and that's, hold on, let me get out of this. What I'm doing now is getting out of my costume from last night, and I went as a men rights activist, brony, douchebaggy thing. And I'm sure as this will probably piss off a few people. In fact, I've already got a couple posts that are people like, "No, I'm a brony, you offend me." Well, I can get that to a certain extent. I'm making this video for a couple reasons, and the first one is actually to explain something that one of the comments from one of the Tumblr, not really hate, but complaints, and that I got from, and one of them says, "Well, clothes don't make the person," and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have it right in front of me, and I actually agree with this. Clothes do not make the person. However, there are certain types of clothing that do seem to have certain types of people gravitate towards it. One of those being this thing. Most people recognize this. This is not a fedora. This is a Trilby. It tends to be cheaper, and therefore you tend to see a lot of, well, quite frankly, douchebaggy people wear them. I'm sorry, it's what it comes. And there's been plenty of people I know who wear fedoras and Triblys who are not douchebags. So don't get me wrong, they are just a piece of clothing. I'm just saying that they tend to be gravitated. You know, these people tend to gravitate towards these hats, which is kind of sad. But I don't hold that against the hat. The glasses I was wearing. People wear glasses, sometimes for style. More often than not, they actually need them to see. This current pair that I have just regular plastic lenses, so you can smear it up all you want. Yeah, I just probably terrified half a dozen people by touching the lens like that. Particular reason why I got this particular brand of brand of glasses is when I was on Amazon. I'm serious, the first review I saw for this that was like 5 stars was because the person was like, "Hey, this will make me look more intelligent," and retrospectively when people ask me, "I didn't think you wore glasses," be like, "Well, I had contacts and I just think the glasses make me look smarter." But they were getting the same thing as this. They don't need glasses. The whole point was to make a fake persona that they are smarter than they actually were. You don't need to do stuff like that. And so the Trilby, kind of the same thing. It is a clothing style that people wear. It is by itself not a douchebag thing. It just happens that douchebags wear it. However, one thing I do take an issue with is, I'm going to have to back up for this, this shirt right here bugs the crap out of me. I think, can you see all of it? Yeah. Cool story, babe. Make me a sandwich. I hate this mentality, okay? I have hated it for a long time. I do not care for the message that this thing sends across, which is dismissive towards women, and turns women into nothing but a tool, and it dismisses them as an individual, and this whole shirt thing is that whole concept shoved into one phrase, and it disgusts me so much. It drives me nuts, particularly as I identify as at least a feminist ally, if not a feminist. There's a whole sub-thing we can get on that, whether or not men should be allowed to be called feminist. I'm not going to get on that with this video. Point is douchebag. There's really no way of getting around it. Even if you're wearing it ironically, it just has a douchebag message on it. I do not like these shirts and one similar to it, you know. I don't even care for the cool story bro by itself. It's dismissive of a person. Man or woman, doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, I'm not really paying attention to you. You're not important. I was using the hashtag on the my Tumblr feed and stuff that it was a douchebag or M.R.A. pony douchebag bro or something like that. And of course, I pissed off some bronies. Let me get this across. I do not care if a boy, girl. I don't care if people like the show. The show, as far as I can tell, is greatly animated. I've seen like 1 episode. I have not taken the time to watch it fully, but from what I can tell, it looks like an awesome show. I can understand why people like it. I don't care for the concept of a brony, though. The fact that you need to make I'm trying to think, a masculine identity so that guys can feel comfortable saying that I am a fan of a show bugs the heck out of me. If you like My Little Pony, just be a My Little Pony fan. That's cool. The problem is the bronies is like, well, no, I have to add bro. I have to make it more masculine so I can enjoy it, even though the whole point of the brony culture, from when I got it initially, was the fact that they do enjoy a show that was intentionally, was designed originally for a female audience, a younger female audience at that. Again, no problem if you like the show. I do not take issue with that. Problem is, the culture of brony, as I've seen it, is infected so much, and it's really nasty at its core. Like, they just tend to be really obnoxious people. They're actually like, I've actually come across people who have said like My Little Pony is not meant for girls, it's meant for guys, and it's so that they can express their more feminine side. Meanwhile, they have to be called bronies. They can't just be ponies or MLP fans. One of the major issues I have with the brony group as a whole. There's some fine bronies out there, I'm sure, that you'd like to show who are nice. So let me get this straight. I'm not talking about the people who are good with their fandom. Keep on the good work, I suppose. I mean, I would not have an issue with brony so much if more people were respectful. So if it was a good thing, good positive thing, and it was basically an inclusive and fun little name, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Here's the thing. I have gone onto, say, Google Images. I type in My Little Pony. Now, if any other cartoon shows up and I type that in, fan art, cartoons, and all, you know, screenshots from the cartoon, those would show up. But most fandoms know that if they're going to do some stuff, especially adult-censored content, they tag it. They censor it so that it does not reach the intended fan base, which is children. As far as I can tell, the brony fandom as a whole sucks at doing this. I have gone onto Google Images with my safe search on, and I have Googled My Little Pony, and I have come across porn. I know animated porn exists. I have seen a bunch of it, okay? I will admit to this. And I know it exists in pretty much any form of animated or even live action stuff has been turned into a cartoon porn. But the problem is, it's almost immediate. You've got children looking for My Little Pony stuff. They're being suddenly introduced to these images, which are way more than they need to be seen. They want to enjoy a show, and it's getting ruined for them, and it constantly comes back to bronies. So that is my problem with bronies, is their disrespect as a fandom, and realizing what the audience of that fandom and how young it can actually be. It is traumatizing to children to see their favorite characters getting it on like adults. It just... As a fandom, they are so horrible at tagging and censoring their own stuff so that it does not. In fact, they flaunt it out. I've seen several that flaunt it like, well, this isn't nudity because there's no genitals. I'm sorry, but if you put a character into a sexualized pose, it is sexual at that moment. It needs to be censored, and it does not need to fall into the eyesight of children. That's why I have issues with the brony culture as a whole. I know I'm rambling, but that's my biggest thing. That's kind of why I was trying to shove last night a persona. I have run into people that dress up douchey and talk douchey and just don't seem to care, as they get upset as soon as you try to call them out on it. That's, again, my biggest issue with like M.R.A. If men's rights activists were actually helping people, I probably would have joined the group. Unfortunately, they constantly seem to be doing this whole, like, women are evil, we've got to put them down, because they're treading on my rights to be a to be a sexist asshole. But that is the problem I have with M.R.As. They're not actually helping anybody, they're putting people down. So, until I see some improvement on that aspect, I can't be a supporter of M.R.A. And I will continue to be a feminist ally and try to improve myself so that I am not one of these people. That's really all I have to rant for. Again, I do not have an issue with people who like My Little Pony. I don't think Triblies are that, you know, they've got a stigma on them now, especially internet culture, that's really not, like, just because you wear the hat, you are not a douchebag, okay? You can wear those, just be aware that that behavior has been associated with that hat, so you kind of have to be a shining example of why it shouldn't be taken like that. You can wear what you want, be aware of the message and what you're aligning yourself with when you wear these things. However, I will say, this shirt, I don't like it, and I think I'm going to take care of that now. So, give me a moment, and I'll, let's get rid of this in a fun way, alright? Let's go. Okay, so we are outside, and you might have already guessed, based on how I dressed up, what's going to happen next. I have this spray paint, I have this lighter. By the way, don't do this at home. I do have some water and stuff ready to go if I need to put it out, a massive bucket so I can douse it all at once. Otherwise, well, this may be the last time you see me on video. Glasses on, you won't be able to hear me with this, so from this point on, it's pretty much a light show. Alright, here we go. Alright then, so that was that. That wraps that up. That wraps up this Halloween. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. If not, tough. And I'll see you in the next one possibly. Alright? Later. This is... and my keyboard's gonna go on.